Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Gaurahari, Jaya Gaurahari, Gaurahari, Jaya Sachinandana Gaurahari, Jaya Sachinandana Gaurahari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Vishnupada Paramahanta Paribhajagacharya Ashtotara Satashi Maharaj Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai Vishnupada Paramahanta Paribhajagacharya Ashtotara Satashi Maharaj Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Prabhupada Ki Skam Bibhiti Acharya Founder Acharya Sri Prabhupada Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki, Shri Gaurpurnima Ki, Shri Madhavendra Puri Tirobhava Mahotsava Ki. All glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna, it's a pleasure to be here after many years, and last time I was here there was just a big hole in the ground. So I'm happy to be able to see the progress, temple coming up, and hopefully next time I come it will be completed.
Haribo. Hare Krishna. On behalf of Viskamdar, I would like to welcome His Holiness Guru Prashad Swami Maharaj. So I will introduce Maharaj. Maharaj especially is the glorious disciple of our founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Maharaj is very scholar in the Vedic cultures. So we are very fortunate. So we are getting the blessing of Maharaj. So Maharaj basically is preaching in the Latin America, especially all over the world he is preaching. The area is, according to area, is Latin America. So we are very, very fortunate. We are getting the blessing of Maharaj. So we'll welcome Maharaj by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
So today we'll be speaking about the separation that Mother Shachi felt for Lord Chaitanya upon taking sannyas. You going to translate or just straight like that? Oh. And also I will make some mention because today is the disappearance day of Sri Madhavendra Puri. So I'd like to speak a little bit about Sri Madhavendra Puri first of all. But first we'll read the verse for today and then the subject matter. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 3rd chapter, text number 181. Tingho yadi iha rahe tabe mora sukha. Tangra nidha haya jadi se hamore dukha. Tingho yadi inhan rahe tabe mora sukha. Tangra nidha hoy jadi se hamore dukha. Tingho jadi ihan rahe tabe mora sukha. Tanna nidha hoy jadi se hamore dukha. Jari yarahe tabe mora sukha. Hane nida hoy nadi se hamore dukha. Tenho yari handrahe tabe mora sukha. Anga ninda hai jade se hamore dukha. Ange jari han rahe tabe mora sukha. Ane ninda hai jade se hamore dukha. No yari han rahe tabe mora sukha. Angha ninda hoy jade se hamore dukha. Vaishnavi. Tenho yadi han rahe tabe mora sukha. Ana ninda hoy jade se hamore dukha. They know Lord Chaitanya. Jadi, if ihan, here, rahe, stays, tabe, then, mora, my, sukha, happiness, tana, ninda, blasphemy of him, hai, there is, jadi, if, seha, that also, mora, my, dukkha, unhappiness. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Sachimata said, it will be a great happiness for me if Nimai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, stays here. But at the same time, if someone blames him, it will be my great unhappiness. So everyone can please repeat. Sachimata said, it will be a great happiness for me if Nimai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, stays here. But at the same time, if someone blames him, it will be my great unhappiness. Purport. It is a great happiness for a mother if her son does not leave home to search out Krishna, but remains with her. At the same time, if a son does not search after Krishna, but simply remains at home, he is certainly blamed by experienced saintly persons. Such blame certainly causes great unhappiness for a mother. If a real mother wants her son to progress spiritually, she had better allow him to go out searching for Krishna. The mother naturally desires the welfare of the son. If a mother does not allow her son to search for Krishna, she is called Ma, which indicates Maya. By allowing her son to go as a sannyasi and search for Krishna, Sachi Mata instructs all mothers of the world. She indicates that all sons should become real devotees of Krishna and should not stay at home under the care of an affectionate mother. This is supported by Srimad Bhagavatam 5:18. Guru nasasyat swajano satasyat pitana sasyat janani nasasyat Daivam natatsyan napatischa sasyan namo chayadya samupetta mityum. No one should become a spiritual master, nor a relative, father, mother, worshipable deity, or husband, if he cannot help a person escape the imminent path of death. Every living entity is wandering within the universe, subjected to the law of karma and transmigrating from one body to another, and from one planet to another. Therefore, the whole Vedic process is meant to save the wandering living entities from the clutches of Maya, birth, death, old age, disease, and old age. This means stopping the cycle of birth and death. This cycle can be stopped only if one worships Krishna. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma chame divyame vamyo vetitat pataha tyakvat deham punar janma naiti mameti sorjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in the material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. To stop the cycle of birth and death, one has to understand Krishna as he is. Simply by knowing Krishna, one can stop the process of rebirth into this material world. By acting in Krishna consciousness, one can return to Godhead. The highest perfection of life is for a father, mother, spiritual master, husband, or any other family member to help others return home back to Godhead. That is the most preferred welfare activity for the benefit of relatives. Therefore, Shachi Mata, although the mother of Nimai Pandit, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, considered all the facts and decided to allow her son to go out and search for Krishna. At the same time, she made some arrangements in order that she might get news of all of the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Viranjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Rishatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So this is the nature of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava always, or Vaishnavi in this case, Mother Sachi, always wants the benefit of others. As it says in the Bhagavatam, Etavaj janma sapalyam dehinam iha dehishu pranayartaya dhyavacha shreya acharanam sada. So that the greatest fulfillment in life is to dedicate oneself to all other living entities who are embodied, or who, otherwise those who are captured by Maya in this material world, by giving one's life, one's wealth, one's intelligence, and one's words to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead and give the greatest benefit to all. So the best thing is if you give your whole life. But sometimes we can't do that. So we can give our wealth. Sometimes we have no wealth. Or we can give our intelligence. And some people, mostly in Kali Yuga, most people have no intelligence. No. So therefore they can chant Hare Krishna, Vacha, and they can give the holy name, Harinam Sankirtan. So this is the instruction of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Atta eva ami agya dilun sabakare jahan tahan prema pala deha jaritari. He said, my instruction to all the living entities everywhere in this universe, not only, I was explaining yesterday, he was saying that how can I distribute all these prema pala, these fruits of love of God? How can I distribute them? I'm just one gardener. But that one gardener, in his form of Mahavishnu, is creating unlimited universes. Therefore, he can very easily deliver everyone. But he wants to give that opportunity to us so that we can go back home, back to Godhead. You cannot go back home, back to Godhead in this Kali Yuga without being part of the Sankirtan movement. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to establish the Sankirtan movement. And as the Bhagavatam says, Jagai Sankirtana Prayar yajantihi sumetasaha. Anyone who has any intelligence. And what is real intelligence? As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that he gives real intelligence to those who tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadhami buddhi yogam tam yenamam piyantite. He gives real intelligence to one who has nothing to do except worship Krishna. No? And that worship is done in love, not like Kamsa. He also always thinking about Krishna, how to avoid Krishna, how to kill Krishna. So, our Mother Sachi, she shows the sacrifice. A devotee to take advantage of Krishna consciousness must make sacrifice. So Srila Prabhupada explains here in this purport, that any mother wants her son to be with her. That's natural. But the real mother, just like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Sachi Devi. Well, I'll explain that a little later. But the real mother, the mother who cares about the son, she will give him the greatest benefit. It's like Srila Prabhupada told the story of one young man. He was, his aunt, his mother had died, so his aunt was taking care of him. And she was thinking, oh, he's lost his mother. Let me give him so much affection. So she would never chastise him. He would do all kinds of nonsense, and she would never chastise him. But because he had no chastisement in his life, he became a criminal. And he committed such grievous crimes that he was sentenced to death. And so, as he was, I don't know if it was a changa or a hanging, whatever, he was about to be executed. And his aunt came up and she said, oh, my dear boy, oh, I'm so sad. Oh, this is so, what can I do? And he said, please, let me tell you something. Please come closer. And she goes, yes. And he bit her ear. And she goes, oh, what have you done that? I've loved you all my life. He said, because you never gave me discipline. Therefore, now I'm being executed. So therefore, Sachi Mata, she makes the sacrifice that she wants her son, as Srila Prabhupada quotes here, that the duty of a mother, father, spiritual master, everyone, Namo Chayad, that they have to be able to deliver the dependent sumupetta mityum at the time of death. They want to make sure at the time of death that this person is liberated and goes back home, back to Godhead. Of course, Sachi Mata was already back home, back to Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Godhead. He doesn't go back to Godhead, he is Godhead. And Sachi Mata is always in Godhead. But they come to give the example. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just to give the background here, he was preaching Krishna consciousness. He was dancing and chanting with his devotees. He was full of Krishna prem. And so one day, feeling the great ecstasy, he was feeling the ecstasy of the gopis. And then he was in the classroom, and he started chanting, Vrindavan, Vrindavan, Gopi, Gopi, Gopi. And one of his students, he said, why are you chanting like that? You should chant Krishna. Where do you get this mantra, Gopi, Gopi? Krishna will save us. Because the student, like everyone, was simply interested in Krishna giving some benefit. And the benefit, he said, what benefits will you get from chanting Gopi, Gopi? What will you achieve? The name of Krishna can give liberation. He wanted liberation. Everyone wants, dharma, artha, kama, moksha in this material world. But the devotee wants that prema pumarato mahan. A devotee wants the benefit of pure loving service to Krishna. So the student chastised Lord Chaitanya like this. And Lord Chaitanya took a stick and he chased after him. The student ran away, gathered together with his other students and said, "This Nimai Pandit is so puffed up. He thinks because he's the son of Jagannath Mishra, he can do anything he wants." No. But our fathers are no less respectable than Jagannath Mishra. Let us stick together and we will chastise him. We will punish him next time he tries to hurt us. So Mahaprabhu, from within the heart of the student, he could see that the student is blaspheming me, and therefore he will never get the benefit of my lotus feet. No. Therefore, I will take sannyas. Because no matter who it is, atheists, everyone, they all have respect for the sannyasis. Now, even today in India, there's some respect. They give a little something and say, "Now you can go away. Don't tell me anything. Just I'll give you something, you go away." That's materialistic people. Even when Nityananda and Haridas were going to door, Lord Chaitanya told them, "Pati gari gari dia." He said that you should go. So they went. And sometimes people would say, Prabhupada said that they would come and they would say, "Yes, we are beggars." And people would say, "Just see, these devotees of Krishna in Navadvip, this is how bad it was, that they're having to beg from me, and therefore I must be greater than Krishna." They were so puffed up. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, how can I save these people who are so proud, so foolish? And so he decided that let me take sannyas. So he told Nityananda that so soon I may be leaving here. And Nityananda immediately understood that he wants to take sannyas. And Nityananda was overcome with grief, thinking, how can I see Nimai without his beautiful hair? But mostly all, what will happen to Sachi Mata? How will she survive? How will she be able to withstand? And then Lord Chaitanya, next day, he revealed to Nityananda, I want to take sannyas. Nityananda said, "My Lord, whatever you want to do, you will do. No one can stop you. But just tell this to at least 6 other devotees and see what they say." He was hoping that if the Lord heard the devotees saying, "No, don't do it," that he will give up this idea. But he wasn't so sure. So Lord Chaitanya, he told Mukunda, Chandrasekharacharya, he told 6 devotees, Sriman Pandit. He didn't tell Advaitacharya. So all the devotees said the same thing, "My Lord, you will do whatever you want." And Lord said, "Yes, I will." So then the word got to Sachi Mata. And she fainted, unconscious. And then she fainted again, she fainted again, she fainted again. And all the devotees were thinking, how will we see Nimai without his hair? His hair was so beautiful. What to speak of his lotus face? Just like if there's a nice painting, you want to put a nice frame around it. You don't want just a painting. See, like these paintings, we have these pictures, and Behal has a nice frame. It makes it look nicer. So the lotus face of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna is encircled by beautiful hair, which makes it even more beautiful. So they couldn't even imagine Everyone was complaining. So finally Sachi Mata, she approached the Lord. Everyone was trying to convince him not to do it. But then Sachi Mata said, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the role of Srimati Radharani said to Lord Jagannath in Rath Yatra, so if you want to separate yourself from me, or if you want me to die, that's all right. You have caused me so much grief. It's nothing unusual. But do you want to kill? Kill Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mai? You want to kill your mother? No. See, just like Krishna said, Arjuna said to Krishna, "You're Madhusudana, but you want me to kill my relatives. You are never Yashoda Sudana. You are never Devaki Sudana. No. But now you want me to kill my family members. So you want me to do something you won't do." And Arjuna said, and anyway, if you are Janardana, you do it yourself. You can kill them all. So anyway, so Sachi Mata, she came to the Lord and she said, "My dear Nimai, do anything else but don't take sannyas. How will I be able to bear this separation? How can I possibly do this? Why do you want to do this to me? No. And if you do it, then you can be sure that I will not survive." No. And Lord Chaitanya, first he could not speak. He was feeling so grief-stricken. Then he said, "My dear mother, let me reveal something to you in confidence." He went off to the side. He said, "You have been my mother so many times. You were Prishni, I was Prishni Garbha. No, you were Diti, and I was Vamanadev. No, you were Kaushalya, and I was Ramachandra. No, and you were Devaki, and Yashoda also. No, Devaki and Yashoda, and I was Krishna. No. So you are always my mother. So don't worry about that. And I will come in the future." He told Nityananda this, and he told in two forms. In the form, I will invest, especially empower my holy name, because sometimes people say, "Yada yada hi dharmasya," where's Krishna in Kali Yuga? He actually, when Lord Chaitanya left, he especially empowered the holy name to be extremely merciful to everyone, and to appear wherever there was irreligiosity. And therefore, Lord Chaitanya has given us that duty. Wherever we see irreligiosity, we go. I was mentioning last night, one devotee was saying to me, "Maybe this coronavirus will kill off all the demons, no? And then the devotees can stay." Actually, I just got news last night, one devotee in Bhaktivedanta Manor, he got the coronavirus. No. So they closed the manor and they're purifying it. No. So don't think just because we're devotees we cannot get it. No. So we be very careful. But anyway, so I said, but if that happens, then what will we do? No. Lord Chaitanya told us to preach to everyone. And so who will we preach to if they get coronavirus? So therefore, some devotees have said, but we want to spread the Karuna virus. No, we want to spread this Karuna virus to everyone. No, and so that's our duty. Lord Chaitanya is giving us this opportunity. So he especially told Mother Sachi, so I will be there in my holy name, and I will be there in my Ananda form, which is the deity. No, I will especially empower the deity. And he said, therefore, when I appear as the deity, you appear as my mother, Mother Earth. The deity is made from clay or metal or some other substance. So you are always my mother, in whatever form. And in the form of the holy name, you are my mother in the form of the tongue. No. So therefore, you are always my mother. So Sachi Mata, she calmed down. And then Lord Chaitanya, the day before he was taking sannyas, he gathered all the devotees. They knew he was going to take sannyas, but they didn't know he was taking the next day. So he had a big, big kirtan. All the devotees were blissful. They forgot about it, taking sannyas. And then Kolavecha Sridhar came, and he offered some kind of, I forget what, anyway, some kind of gourd, some kind of squash. And so Lord Chaitanya thought, Kolavecha is so dear to me. If I don't eat this now, normally Lord Chaitanya was thinking, I'll take sannyas, therefore I don't want to eat. No. But he said, I have to eat this, because tomorrow I cannot eat it, I will be gone. So then some other very fortunate person brought some milk, and he told Sachi Devi, please cook this squash with milk. And Lord Chaitanya took it for dinner. And he was, although he was very blissful, he was feeling a little sad that Kolavecha is giving me this, and tomorrow he will not see me. No. And Sachi Mata, after tomorrow, she will never see me. No. So then Lord Chaitanya, he took rest. And Gadadhar, when he heard that Lord Chaitanya was taking sannyas, he said that, what is wrong with Grihastha becoming Vaishnava? Will you think that shaving the head and giving up the Brahman head, you will achieve love for Krishna? What scripture says this? He was trying to argue Shastra. No. And do you think that the Grihasthas cannot go back home, back to Godhead? You are teaching everyone they must take sannyas. Then so many people will not go back home, back to Godhead. It will be your fault. No. So but Lord Chaitanya said, thank you very much, but didn't work. No. And so then he took rest, and Haridas and Nityananda took rest with him. But then but Mother Sachi could not sleep all night. She was thinking, she knew, because he did this special kirtan, that he was going to leave the next day. So she stayed up all night, and when the Brahma Muhurta came, she went and sat in the doorway. So she was still their last hope. Maybe if he sees me grieving piteously, that he will change his mind. No, she was thinking like that. Although she was pretty sure that he never changes his mind. When he wants to do something, he does it. So Lord Chaitanya taught that to Mother Sachi. Actually, one time, after Jagannath Mishra had left, he became very mischievous and a little angry. And one day, he decided to show his Shiva Shakti, and he destroyed everything in the house. No. And Mother Sachi then she was thinking, is he going to kill me? And when he heard her say that in his heart, he immediately went outside and went to sleep, Yoga Nidra. No. But he wanted to show Sachi Mata that even causing you distress, I will have to do my duty. He showed her that. So now she knew, but she still had some hope against hope that he will stop this craziness. No. And he got up, Brahma Muhurti, very carefully going out, and then he saw Sachi Mata. Oh, what can I? So then he sat down, he touched her on her chest, and he said, my dear mother, I will never be separated from you. I will always be here with you. Whenever you cook, whenever you prepare an offering, I will always be here to accept it. Please understand that. Then he left. And Mother Sachi was crying, torrents of tears. Next morning, everybody came to see Lord Chaitanya. And no, he was gone. And they were saying, Dvaitacharya arrived, and Mother Sachi, they said, where is Nimai? She said, you can take anything in the house. They are only remnants now. I will go away somewhere. No. And everybody was crying. They were saying, what is the use of this sannyas? No. Well, who made this stupid order of life up? No. They were criticizing. And Advaita Acharya arrived, and he said, I will go jump in the Ganga. Everybody said, yes, let us all go jump in the Ganga, give up our lives. But then a voice came and said, do not think this way. Very soon he will return. No. And so Lord Chaitanya, he went, he took sannyas. No. Nityananda was there, Chandrasekhar. I was in the house of Chandrasekhar. Keshava Bharati, actually, we gave him sannyas. Just before he gave him sannyas, Lord Chaitanya said, I had a dream last night, and some Mahajan, he gave me this sannyas mantra. Please tell me if it is bona fide. So he said the sannyas mantra to Keshava Bharati. He actually initiated Keshava Bharati. And then Keshava Bharati became full of ecstatic love of Krishna. And then he gave back the mantra. Lord Chaitanya teaches by his example. And Keshava Bharati knew that. He said, what is the use of giving him a sannyas mantra? What is the use of him taking sannyas? But he's teaching everyone. So then he took sannyas. And he decided, let me go to Vrindavan. No. So he started, but he was so full of ecstasy. Because one of the reasons, his main reason for taking sannyas was he wanted to be able to give up everything and simply go to Vrindavan. No. So he started to go, and he was going westward direction, and he got lost in Radha Desh. No. Got lost. And because he was wandering around in ecstasy, but then he noticed that no one was chanting the holy name. Everyone was impious. And he became very sad. He said, let me give up my life. People are not chanting the holy name. And then he turned around and started going east toward the Ganga, and he heard one cowherd boy chanting the holy name. He said, now we must be near the Ganga. So he came to the Ganga. Of course, there's a little difference in the story of how he got to Advaita Acharya's house. But we must accept Chaitanya Charitamrita as the ultimate authority. So Nityananda Prabhu, he knew that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan. No. So in Chaitanya Bhagavat it said that Lord Jagannath spoke to him in his heart and told him to go to Nilachal. Well, if he did that, according to Chaitanya Charitamrita, he didn't reveal it. And Lord Nityananda tricked him. He told some cowherd boys, if you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or Sri Krishna Chaitanya, that was the name he got, then tell him that go to the Ganga. Tell him it's the Yamuna. And then he found the cowherd boys. He started toward the Yamuna, and he went there, and he got to the Ganga. Nityananda caught up with him. He said, Nityananda, what are you doing? I'm accompanying you to the Yamuna. No. So they got to the Ganga. Lord Chaitanya quickly undressed and he took his bath. And Nityananda had already told Advaita. He told Chandrasekhar Acharya, you go and tell Mother Sachi. Because Mother Sachi had been fasting for 12 days. And when Nityananda arrived, when Chandrasekhar arrived, she said, have you seen Krishna and Balaram? No. Are you coming from Mathura? She was in the mood of Yashoda Mai. And then she was told that stop this fasting. Immediately you must cook. That Nimai is coming. He's coming. And so she stopped her. She began to cook for all the devotees. She took prasadam. Everybody got their strength back. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at the Ganga. And Advaita Acharya came in a boat with fresh cloth. He said, Advaita, what are you doing here in Vrindavan? And Advaita disclosed everything. And he said, anywhere, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. And then he said, Nityananda, you have tricked me. And Advaita said, no, he hasn't. Because at this point, where the Ganga and Yamuna are together, and you are on the western bank, and therefore you are you bathe in the Yamuna. He said, anyway, please come to my house. And you have to dry off, and I will give you a meal. I only have a handful of rice. and a little simple vegetable. But at least you can take. So then they went to the house of Advaita, and Advaita was feeding him. And Lord Chaitanya said, I'm a sannyasi. He just took sannyas. I'm a sannyasi. I can't eat all this opulent food stuff. And Advaita said, my Lord, just stop. Stop trying to fool me. I know in Jagannath Puri you eat 54 times a day. Hundreds of pots of preparation. Just stop this pretension and eat. So he would eat, and Lord Chaitanya said, I will simply eat half. He said, yes, you eat half and go to the next preparation. But every time he ate half, he would fill it up. Then he ate half, fill it up. And Lord Chaitanya said, I cannot eat so much. And he said, just don't talk, just take prasadam. And then Nityananda said, I was fasting for 3 days, and you're giving me, I'm continuing to fast. This is not enough to even fill half of my belly. And so they began to joke, argue, and he said, you're just a rejected Paramahansa. Who knows where you've come from? You think that you took sannyas, just, of course, he never was really a sannyas. Nityananda was always a brahmachari until he married. He never took sannyas. But anyway, he said, you're a so-called Paramahansa, but you're just taking this renounced order to fill your belly, and giving grief to the Brahmins and Grihastas. And he said that you don't know how to serve the sannyasi. You should serve 100 sannyasis, and then maybe your offense will be mitigated. And so they were joking like that. Finally, Nityananda got angry. He threw some rice Mahaprasadam on the ground, and it touched the body of Advaita. He began to dance in ecstasy. Now I have been chastised by this madman, this Avaduta. And so after they joked, then they took rest. Then they had a big kirtan. And then the most difficult part, Lord Chaitanya, after 10 days in the house of Advaita, he was going to stay for 5 days. Advaita convinced him to stay for 5 more days. Then, after all that, Lord Chaitanya said, now I'm going to Jagannath Puri. Well, first he said, now I'm going, but you have to tell me where to go. And so they all went to Shachi Mata. And they said, you decide. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, at that point, he spoke to Shachi Mata. He said, my dear mother, I do not understand what I've done. You are my life, you are my soul. This body belongs to you. It doesn't belong to me. So, but in my madness, I took this sannyas. I shouldn't have done it. I should have protected you. I can only promise you that I will never leave you. But you tell me where to go. And she said, I don't want, if you go too far away, I will never hear about you. There was no cell phone, no internet. I will never, how will I know? So therefore, you should go to Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri and Navadvip are like 2 rooms in the same house. People are always coming and going. Therefore, I will always get news of you. I know you will never come back here, but I will always be hearing of you when the devotees come. And devotees will be able to get your darshan. So Lord Chaitanya was very happy. This had already been revealed to him, but he manifested it through Shachi Mata. He thanked his mother. He took the dust of her lotus feet, and he left for Nilachal. So, who can understand the grief? Who could understand the grief of Yashoda Mai when Krishna went to Mathura? She never saw him again until Kurukshetra. And then one more time she saw him. Who could understand the grief of the gopis? So we have to pray to Shachi Mata, Yashoda Mai, the gopis of Vrindavan, the residents of Vrindavan, that we can feel one drop of the separation. If we could feel one drop of that separation, then we will be blissful. We cannot even fathom what that means. Just like it says that one drop of love of Godhead, of Krishna Prem, has thousands of times more bliss than all the bliss contained in the Brahmananda. So much is waiting for us. And by praying to these exalted devotees who imagine the gopis, Mother Yashoda, 100 years, more than 100 years separation of Krishna. Can you imagine that? If somebody sent you out of the temple and said, you can't come back and see the deities for 100 years. Just like Mukunda, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did his Mahapraharana Lila. So Shiva said, what about Mukunda? He's outside waiting. And Lord Chaitanya said, oh, this Mukunda, he has one hand on his feet and one hand on my neck. Sometimes he associates with the devotees and other times he associates with the Mayavadis. And therefore, I cannot give him love of God. I cannot give him this darshan. And Shiva said, certainly you're joking. He said, no. You go tell him and see what he says. And Mukunda had heard this. He was listening from outside. He was thinking, let me give up this body. And then Srivas came and he said, so Mukunda, what is your conclusion? I will give up my body. So he came back and told Lord Chaitanya, he wants to give up his body. And Lord Chaitanya said, then tell him that in 1 million or more births, he will again get my darshan. So Srivas, as he went to Mukunda, said, you have to wait 1 million births only. And Mukunda said, oh, he began to dance in bliss. Only a few million births? Oh, and I'll be, This is how anxious we should be to get the Lord's association, and how we should be willing to undergo anything to get the Lord's association. So anyway, so in that way, these Sachi Mata is teaching us that whatever our situation in this material world is, sometimes we're together, sometimes we're separated from Krishna, his deity, or of course we're not separated from his holy name, but we should always perform our devotional service, with great determination. So I just want to mention very briefly about Madhavendra Puri. We know that Sri Madhavendra Puri is the wish-fulfilling tree, the kalpa vriksha of devotional service in understanding the love of the gopis for Krishna. Many commentators in the Bhagavatam, they understood that, yes, Radha and Krishna, but they never saw that as the pinnacle of Krishna Prem. But Madhavendra Puri revealed that. The gopis' love for Krishna, the Manjari's service to Krishna, he revealed all of this by Lord Chaitanya's mercy. So, Lord Chaitanya always worshipped Madhavendra Puri. If someone, just like when Lord Chaitanya went to Vrindavan, there was one Brahmin who was they considered him a low-class Brahmin. But the Samodian Brahmin. But because he was initiated by Madhavendra Puri, Lord Chaitanya chose him over all the other Brahmins, that he would be his personal escort in Vrindavan. And so Lord Chaitanya, anyone who was initiated by Madhavendra Puri, he got initiated by Sri Ishwara Puri, the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So Madhavendra Puri, he came to Vrindavan. He always wanted to come to Vrindavan. Finally he came. He was so full of ecstasy. He sat down near Govinda Kund And he was just meditating on the holy name, chanting the holy name. And then one cowherd boy came, and offered him some milk. He said, I can see you're fasting, O sadhu, but in my village no one fasts. Therefore I'm giving you this milk. So Madhavendra had been fasting for many days. He took the milk, and the boy said, just leave the pot, I will come and get it later. So Madhavendra, after taking milk, so if you fast and then you take immediately you feel tired. So he was chanting, he dozed off, and then Krishna appeared in his dream, and he said, I am lying nearby. I have been there since the Muslim invasion. The priests, they took me and they buried me. Please, my body is feeling very hot from being underground for so long. Please come and take me and worship me. And then Madhavendra woke up. That was Krishna that gave me the milk, and I could not recognize him. Just see how unfortunate. But immediately he went and got the townspeople. They came, they cut through the jungle. Madhavendra, the Lord revealed to Madhavendra exactly where the deity was. And they found the deity of Gopal. They took Gopal to the top of Govardhan. At that time, anyone would go on the top of Govardhan. Only when Lord Chaitanya came, he taught that devotees of Krishna, better you don't, because Govardhan is Krishna himself, you don't walk on Govardhan. But previous to that, there was no restriction. Although some Vaishnavas didn't do it, but Madhavendra, he had to establish the deity there. And so he did so. They had a huge Abhishek, which equaled, they had so many preparations, it practically equaled the Anakuta ceremony of Govardhan Lila. So many, everyone from everywhere brought preparations and lakes of ghee and lakes of milk and all this wonderful prasadam of bhoga for the deity. Then the deity appeared to Madhavendra and said, actually I'm still feeling too hot. Please go to Utkal and bring sandalwood paste for me. So that, this is 1,000 kilometers, or more than 1,000 kilometers, like 1,200 kilometers. He goes all the way, gets the sandalwood, convinces the priests, and then he has to, they go through all these toll collectors, and they all, you know how it is. They all want to get some extra money. And finally he arrived at Remuna, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told this story that he had heard from Ishwarapuri. And he was desirous of, he had heard that they had wonderful sweet rice there. And he came, he had experienced that sweet rice, which was given to him directly by the deity. So he stopped there again to see the deity. And Gopal appeared in his dream, said, between myself and Gopinath, Kirchor Gopinath, there is no difference. So Madhavendra left the sandalwood paste there, sandalwood and for that deity, and he came back. Then he stayed in Vrindavan, but at the end of his life, because today is his disappearance day, at the end of his life, his disciples came, and Ishwarapuri was serving him so wonderfully, taking care of him, cleaning his urine and stool, bathing him, and speaking Krishna Katha day and night so that he could simply remember Krishna. He was so happy. But then Ramachandrapuri came, his black sheep disciple. And so when he arrived, Madhavendra Puri was crying and saying, I have not achieved the goal of my life. Where is Krishna? How can I achieve the goal of my life? And Ramachandra Puri said, my dear master, why are you crying? You should not be lamenting. You should be meditating on Brahman. Madhavendra Puri, he said, take this, get out of here. Take this rascal away. He said, I am trying so hard feeling so much separation from my Lord, trying to remember him, and this rascal comes and instructs me on Brahman. No. Therefore, my Lord, get him out of here. If the last thing I see in this world is his face, I will not reach my destination. And so, the devotees asked Ramachandra Puri to leave. And then Madhavendra Puri, at the last end of his life, he said one mantra again and again, reflecting the mood of Srimati Radharani. No? Ai dina daradra natta he. Mathura natta kadavarukshana. Hridaram twadaloka kataram daita brahmyati kim karutyaham. That, oh my Lord, where is the master of Mathura? Where has he gone? I cannot see him anywhere. And by not seeing him, my heart is so aggrieved. So in this grief-stricken situation, what will be my destiny? What can I do? No, this is the sentiment of Srimati Radharani, that in the presence of Ishwara Puri, Sri Madhavendra Puri chanted again and again and left this world to join the eternal pastimes of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. Sri Madhavendra Puri ki, Shri Madhavendra Puri Tirubhava Mahotsava ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Sachi Devi ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaurpurnima. So any question or comment? No? Yes. We have a microphone? Or?
Thank you, Maharaj, giving a wonderful class. So, my query is, Maharaj, so many times we hear that Muslims came and attacked the deities. So, how can we understand that? Because Krishna says in Gita, Pitaham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha. And normally we hear this, he cannot save himself. So, how can we understand that?
That he cannot save himself?
Yeah, you said in your story that Gopal deity gave instruction to Madhavendra Puri, I am in nearby. So many times we hear that Muslims came and deities.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
This is all pastime. The Lord wanted to go to different places, Jaipur and different places. No? And so the Lord does these pastimes. No? The Lord could have killed Aurangzeb, no, but for carrying out his pastimes, for who knows what will happen between Muslims, Hindus, this, that, America, Russia, no. In 1974, Srila Prabhupada said that because there was tension between Pakistan and India, so Prabhupada said that Russia will take the side of India and US will take the side of Pakistan. But then Prabhupada said that ultimately, if there is a big war, that America will win because they have on their money, in God we trust. As long as they have that on their money, they will be successful. No. And Prabhupada said. But then next year the devotees came. Of course the Pakistan-India situation calmed down. They said, Prabhupada, you said there would be a war? What happened? And Prabhupada said, Krishna has changed his mind. No. So, who can understand? Just like Srila Prabhupada said on the disappearance day of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He said, who can understand that I would meet His Divine Grace, my Guru Maharaj? Who could understand that I would come to your country? Who could understand that my Guru Maharaj would send all of you to help me? He said, this is all Krishna's arrangement. And Prabhupada was choked up in ecstasy. No? So, this is Krishna's arrangement. No? He arranges that the priests feel anxiety And they feel such loving devotion for the deity that they take the deity away. They increase their bhakti for the deity, and show us how much care, how much we should be concerned about worshipping our deity properly. So that's why these things happen. And so that all of us can dedicate ourselves to Shri Shri Rukmini Dwarkadish, Jagannath, Baladev Subhadra, Shri Shri Gaurnitai, or our home deity. Not that we put the deity there, but the real deity is the flat screen television. And this is the other deity that I use just for my salvation, insurance policy. But this is my Ananda over here, this big rectangular deity, So this is why he does it. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, so we see that in Srimad Bhagavatam, the mention of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not very direct. But there are other scriptures like Narad Puran, Padma Puran, Vishnu Puran, where clear-cut the name of his village, the parent's name, his associate's name, what he will do is very clearly mentioned, if I understand it correctly. So the Brahmanas or the people who are not devotee at the time of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, how is it that they could not find out that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Because just like it says in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat, that the Brahmins of Navadvip would be chanting Govinda, but only as part of a mantra. So the Brahmins, they chant the holy name. They chant so many holy names from different Puranas, different mantras. But they don't get love of God. Because if you don't chant the holy name of Krishna with the desire to please Krishna, then you will not become his devotee. You will not take up devotional service. So, why is it that they don't? They're Brahmins, but they're not Vaishnavas. And therefore, they can never get the full benefit of chanting the holy name, or they cannot get the benefit of the Puranas, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam. Just like Devananda Pandit. Devananda Pandit was reciting the Bhagavatam. He has such a strict brahmachari that he had Shrutidhar. He could remember everything. He recited the Bhagavatam by memory. But his recitation was devoid of bhakti. And so, even though he recited the Bhagavatam, or professional reciters, they recite the Bhagavatam, but they can never achieve love for Krishna. What to speak of giving love for Krishna to others. So, any other question? Thank you all very much for your kind attention and for having me here, tolerating me. All glory to Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.